welcome back to my channel. Sorry it's been a minute. I've been so busy with just like a lot of stuff in my personal life going on. So I hope you guys understand and don't judge me because I'm judging myself. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to prime my face, and I'm going to use the Cetaphil Everyday Lotion, Daily Advanced Lotion. I don't know why I said that. But I love this lotion. It's nice and thick, and I have like a nasty dry patch on my eyelid. I don't know why. It's just, I don't even want to talk about it. So you just want to wait for that to dry for like a good 5 minutes. Like, let it really soak up into your skin, because the more it dries, the better it's going to sit on your skin. So next up, what I do is I take my Sigma F80 brush, and it's a flat kabuki, and then I like the Kat Von D foundation. It's been my favorite lately. I just feel like I barely need much product, and I feel like it really covers me pretty intense, so I love it. And it just spreads so good. I don't know, it's my favorite right now. It just feels good on my face. It doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't go on all cakey and streaky. I just really love it. So for my brows, I don't do too much crazy stuff to them. I don't do like 15 steps. I literally just take a It Cosmetics Universal Brown pen. Brow pen. I don't know what's wrong with me today. I feel like I can't get my words out, but whatever. So what I do is I'll start from the arch, and I use a very light hand. As you can see, I'm holding it from like the very end, and I just kind of start placing like little strokes where I kind of want my brow to be, where I want it to go, and then I start bringing it down, kind of like that. And then I go into the front and I turn it around so that it's kind of like a flat edge going up. And I just kind of stroke it in the front. I like my front to have a little wispy so it looks natural, and then bring it back up. And I just do that until I get it to the intensity in color that I like. Now, if it gets a little wild and you're like, whoa girl, it does not look very good, like it just kind of, don't worry, because at the end I like to clean it all up, and then that's what's going to give it like that really defined strong brow game that you see like on Instagram, all that good stuff. Then I just go back in and I just kind of feather brush it out. So when I have like kind of my sketch done of how I want my brow to kind of look, that's when I take my powder. And this is by Oh My God Brows. It's really good. Check them out on Instagram. I love their powder. I like that it has a very natural tones to it. It's not just like black or like the brown. It's very chocolatey, and they have all different colors, so it's really pretty and just goes really good with the color of your brows. So anyway, I do the same thing. I start from the corner, and I always start from underneath. And then as I have less on my brush, I work my way back into the front. Also, when I do this, as I have less on my brush, that's when I start to bring it up. Because when you look straight at somebody, it's always going to look a little bit darker underneath. And I just do the same. I bring it all the way down, bring it all the way up. And again, if you feel like you're a little bit messy or it's not looking as structured as you want, don't worry and like don't freak out and get mad and get frustrated, because at the end is when it all comes together, when you really go back in with a concealer or a brow highlighter and you clean it all up. Okay, so now that I have my brows on, what I always do is I do my eyes next, because whatever I kind of mess up, I can always fix it with concealer. So lately what I've been doing, I always switch up palettes. I always go back and forth, back and forth. I don't know, lately I've been back like into my old ways, really digging the Naked 2 palette. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Foxy, which is just like a pale white. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put that all over my lid, just to make it nice and porcelain and flawless, just so we have like a clean base to start off with. And I literally do this eye makeup look when I'm going somewhere. I mean, I wouldn't say I do it every day, but like if I'm going to go out to dinner, going to run some errands, I don't know. Whenever I feel like it when I do it. So what I like to do then is take my favorite brush ever, and it's by Smashbox, and I'm so ghetto because my dog is such a douche. She decided to eat it the one day that I accidentally left. I guess she was pissed at me about it, but she ate right into it, and I'm so ghetto that I refuse to buy a new one. I will still use it, so don't judge me. I'm really not that dirty. I'm just like a little bit dirty, but I did wash it afterwards, but it still has dog bites in it. So whatever, moving on. So then I like to take snake bite right here, which is just like a shimmery brown, I guess. And what I do is I literally just put it into the corner. And don't worry about being too perfect with this because you're going to clean it all up at the end. And that's kind of what I like about this look, is that it looks like it took me some time, but it really didn't, honestly. I kind of just like throw it on, and then I clean it all up with the concealer and all that good stuff, and it looks really good at the end. Blend it all out. And that's just to start building up that dark layer. Then I'm going to go back in with Snakebite, and this is where I'm going to start getting a little bit more particular about where I want it. I'm just doing little circles on the outer corner crease, and I'm keeping it darker, and then as I go up and have less on my brush is where it's more so a little bit above the crease. And then I'm going to do the same thing over. Like I said, it doesn't have to look like super perfect. Trust me, I know it looks so bad right now, but I'm really not crazy. Then what I'm going to take is a packing brush, and I'm going to pack on this really pretty gold. It's called Half Baked, and I'm just going to put that right into, well, that's hurting. Then I'm just going to pack on Half Baked, which is right here. It's like a nice gold color to brighten our eye up. And I love this little look, I love this look if I'm going out in the summertime, because it's just like a nice smoky eye that's not too over the top and has like gold shimmer to it, so it's just pretty. I'm going to take my dog bitten brush again, and I'm just going to blend those two together, just so we have no harsh lines, no rough edges, anything like that. Then what I like to do is I like to take a makeup wipe, and I'm going to harden up those edges a little bit. See what I mean? Can't even tell. And like I said, I don't do this all the time, but like when I'm in a rush, this is what I do. So then I'm like, okay, I'm feeling it. So then what I like to do is I like to throw on my winged liner, because I'm about it. I do wing liner all the time. And you're just going to follow that hard edge we made out. And however thick you want it to be. So now this is the part where you can really make it your own. If you want to deepen up the outer edges, if you want to add a lot of highlight to the upper corner. But for me, when I'm in a rush and I'm going somewhere and I want it to look together, but I didn't really feel like taking the time to do it, this is what I do, just because it's like a light smoky eye where it's not too over the top. So I'm happy with it, so I'm going to move on to my under eye and my bronzer and all that good stuff. So my favorite my favorite concealer right now is the Naked Skin Concealer in Fair. I'm going to do it how I always do it. Put it underneath my eye, get really close to that cat eye, bring it out. I love this concealer. Literally makes my under eye look so bright. Then I like to even out my face, put it at the top, put a little bit in the middle of my nose, make it look a little bit more straight, I guess. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my beauty blender and I'm just going to blend it. I like to blend this stuff pretty quick because it does have like a drying effect, so just be careful that you don't leave it on your face like this for too long. So next one I'm going to take is my Shade and Light palette. I know a lot of people, you like to use the transition or the translucent powder, but I like to use a mix of the yellow and the translucent because I do get a little blue underneath my eyes. So I like to use a little bit. bit of both. And I'm going to let that sit for a minute while I do the rest of my face. And it's going to look really weird. But make sure you set it really fast, that way you don't get all cakey underneath your eyes and it doesn't crack. Then what I'm going to take is, if I can find it, what I'm going to take is my angled brush, and this one's just from Sephora. I got this like 2 years ago, and it's my favorite out of like all my brushes. And I'm just going to start putting some in up into my ear. I do it a little bit higher than where your cartilage is. And then bring it down. Now don't use a heavy hand with this because you don't want to move around the foundation that's already in place. And I put a little bit on my forehead, just to make sure everything's all even. Definitely in a brush, I use my favorite, which is the Becca brush. It's like the one perfecting brush. I dip that in some bronzer, and I start dragging that bronzer underneath my chin. And what I like to do is go back over everything to get and like wipe away all that baking we did, so we don't look all nuts. And what I like to do one last time, just to make sure everything's really nice, since we did it so fast and there was so much blending that had to be done, is I go back in and I use the yellow, only because my skin's a little bit more olivey. But if you have lighter skin, you can use the translucent. And with the straight edge, I just clean up where I bronzed, just so nothing fell, nothing looks dirty, nothing looks muddy, nothing looks like we just like packed it on like we really did. I go and I wipe off all the baking underneath, and that's what's going to give us that nice crisp line. So we're pretty much all done, and then all I do is add my mascara and lipstick. So lastly, I hate doing my hair more than anything in the world. I think it's so annoying and so time consuming. I don't know why. So when I'm in a rush and I want to look cute and not like a hot mess, what I like to do is I like to take the Everpure Repair and Defend lotion, and I just do like 2 squirts in my hand, like that much, rub it together, and I kind of just like bring it down the ends. That way my ends almost have like a wind blown effect and like a little bit piecey, but then they also look nice and smooth at the same time. And then I kind of, whatever's left on my hands, that's when I start to bring it up into my roots. And then I really like to pull out the 2 front pieces just so they look nice and soft, because I'm about the life of teasing your hair. So I like to just give it a nice little tease, tease under here, and it's gonna look real wild at first, right? But then when you play with it, and then you kind of start to just brush a little bit of it, it starts to come down, and then it gives you that wind blown cute effect without having to damage your hair and put loads and loads of heat on it. Let's be real, I just damaged my hair while I was teasing it. But yeah, this is how I get ready really quick and try to look really cute without putting a whole lot of effort into it. If I wasn't talking to you guys, that probably would have took me 10 minutes. I love it. Yeah, because it gives you that sex kitten look, but you really are still a dirty trick. So yeah, I hope you guys liked this video, and if you do, please give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.